check that out.
Yeah, man, I want to get up with you so we can talk about when games you just going to catch them.
Man, you know we got to do that. We need to go catch my boy Lonzo. We need to talk about that.
We're really about to see.
Hey, they had Magic on what's that in Shannon? Undisputed. And you know, that's all that they were talking about Lonzo a little bit about how it's like he's got the juice. He's got the magic. That 8.
I don't give rookies a whole lot of credit just on the strength of just being rookies, man. They don't know what NBA is about. We'll see. I mean, young fellas got some talent, man. There's no doubt about it. Jack can score basketball. You know, it looks like he's got the right situation around himself to be an all-star, but we'll see, man. I mean, I'm sure one of the three is going to make it. Is going to be an all-star. You got a pretty good chance. So if you're what's the name of the bar ball? I mean,
right.
You can catch your chips on one of the three. Let's get on. And he needs that 8 ball.
Yeah. I just peeped that. So that gives us a little bit of time, you know, to get whatever you need to get out the way, because everyone knows you can't miss that first game. And I think it's a big one too, if I'm not mistaken. It's a big one. Hey, and you know I got to know who you're rolling with. But before I do that, they do.
Like, I rock with them individually. The team all on the team, I think is pretty awesome. They got a whole lot of vets on that team. Somebody said, it cracked me up when somebody said they had an all-star team from 2011.
Wow. But you know what? That's for real. Yep, we all remember that. But he's still, but we also got to remember what he was too. Boy, Derrick Rose was something special. Oh my God. God, that dude was unbelievable.
He was something crazy. It's really too bad what happened with him. I don't think we really got to see his full potential.
Right.
He was just coming out, as like a breakout all-star. I think it just got cut down too early. Just struggled for him ever since.
You know, I've never heard the comparison before, but I was watching the duel on YouTube between Curry and Kyrie for the finals. Just to get me ready, you know what I mean? Just to kind of get me pumped up for the day. And what I noticed was Kyrie and Derrick Rose have very similar games. The only difference I noticed was that D Rose had more balance.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's true.
Very similar. So, if D Rose can stay grounded this season and just uses he gets to the layups and all that stuff. If he can just do that, man, these guys are gonna have these Cavs are gonna have an amazing year.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and comparing Derrick and Kyrie again, it's just an incredible thing to watch them play because they got just really crazy handle and just like a really aggressive slashes. That's also kind of like the detriment to that type of game too. I mean, it burns bright, but it burns pretty. So it's a quick flash.
Right.
Yeah, eventually you get to the point where your body can't take NBA play at that pace. You gotta evolve into like that golden game eventually, where you kind of you might have to start taking a couple perimeter shots. You gotta develop the mid range and long ball at some point. But man, it's something crazy to watch those guys play. Kyrie himself was playing a whole bunch of injuries there early.
He did.
Yeah, but I mean, still,
Oh, for sure. He's in my top 2 between him and Curry.
Just on top of that player overall. So the fact that he's had longevity with the type of game he has,
Right.
really special. I'm a big fan of Kyrie. Not really sure what LeBron has to say about that these days, though. I don't know what that falling out about the whole. I guess, you know, I don't know, man. What do you think? Kyrie was feeling some type of way about LeBron's leadership or what?
Well, I think there is a little bit of that going on, but I also think there's a little bit of Kyrie not wanting to be under the shadow of LeBron either. You know, there's a lot of different directions this can go in, but I'll just, you know, for now, just for sake of time, I'm going to roll with him wanting to be his own person and him seeing an opportunity where he can be in a big market on a really good team and him being the man on that team and him basically bringing that franchise back to greatness, because we associate greatness with the Celtics and they haven't had that in a while since Paul Pierce and them boys. So he's going to, you know what I mean? I see him taking on that challenge as if, you know what, this is my chance now to be my own man, to be the guy to bring, you know what I'm saying? I see what he's trying to do. And I think it's going to be amazing, yo. Really. I think this NBA season is going to be the best yet.
There's so many moves going to be great. I'm genuinely excited to watch basketball. This is going to be great.
Oh, man. So excited.
To support you know, your idea. Kyrie got a max contract with Cleveland before LeBron showed up. I mean, he was ready to.
He was ready.
He was ready to be in Cleveland for a minute. He was like, man, I'm not going anywhere. This is going to be my team. I'm going to put it on my back. Let's go. And then LeBron came through. You know, it's not a bad thing when LeBron comes down, but you know, I guess just Kyrie didn't see this one coming. He's probably just has his own path he's trying to blaze.
Right.
It might be a lot easier now that he's got that chip on him, though.
Mm-hmm.
It probably helps his stock value quite a bit to have it's always good to have a championship. But yeah, I mean, Austin's a good basketball town. They're certainly going to appreciate the level of talent that he brings to that team. I'm really excited to see what the East is going to look like. The East, there's some serious movement in the East. I'm really interested to see how it settles. You know, come playoff time, and see who's breaking out.
Yeah. You know, I am too. And real quickly, just to talk, you know, just to highlight the people that are viewing, this is my man's right here. And every time me and him get to talking about this stuff, I tell you right now, he knows this. I'm all over. I want to go all over the place because he's touching up on some really good stuff right now. So, and he's, you know, this is where these conversations can go. So just for y'all out there viewing, you seeing this raw in action. This is how it is. But back to my man Lou here. Yo, I don't know what's gonna happen when the dust settles in the East, honestly, because you know you got them boys in Philly. You don't know what they're gonna do this year, and then you see, this is me going all over the place right now. You gotta bear with me here, Lou. But then KD said something the other day or last week. He said his favorite player to watch in the NBA today is Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he sees him going down as the greatest NBA player ever.
I mean,
but I'm like, I love him. We got to talk about the Bucks.
I mean, he's the new breed of the NBA, Brandon.
He is.
We're talking like, you know, dudes that are close to 7 feet tall, over 7 feet tall, that just have a wide range of abilities that can dribble.
Right.
They can take the ball, you know, from one end of the court to the next, finish at the bucket or behind the line, behind the arc. The Greek freak that went.
What else can you say? got to. You really do. And you don't get a name. You don't get the name Freak in your name unless you nice. Unless you that boy.
The crazy thing is that he'll talk. He talks about his younger brother like he's way better. He's like,
he does.
You gotta see my brother. He's way better. I'm like, man, all right, you be modest or whatever, but if it's true, that's unbelievable.
Wouldn't that be something if this guy tries to team up with his brother, kind of like how the Ball brothers are doing? They're all trying to team up on the Lakers. You know this. Pop's got him all lined up where he wants all his sons to only try out for the Lakers and to only play for the Lakers. This is a whole new type of era going on here with the basketball. It's exciting, because it's something different. It is. But man, going back to that boy Kyrie, I don't know, man. I can see Kyrie having an MVP year, but I also can see LeBron having an MVP year this year. LeBron has a lot to prove now. He's got all the pieces he's ever wanted. He couldn't be happier with his team. So we got to see what happens. You're going to see a lot of breakout players this year. And don't slouch on those guys over in Golden State, because one of those guys be a year. Anybody can go off.
That's a known fact, and it's pretty impossible to sleep on the Warriors. They just got champion organization over there.
They really do.
It's like a well-oiled machine. It's funny because to me they kind of got like that next man up mentality, where they'll shift around some pieces that you think are like that you thought were key to their tempo and play, and they're able to fill it with someone that can do it just as well. Obviously, you're still gonna have that offense based around Steph, but the coaching goes a long way. They know how to use those pieces they got from there, so it's pretty hard to sleep on Golden State.
You're right about that. It really is. But you know how whenever you're on a winning team, they kind of want to give those votes to guys who are on developing teams or teams that haven't really made it that far. Me personally, my vote this year is going to go towards Kawhi Leonard. I think Kawhi Leonard is going to be this year's MVP. I think the runner-up will be James Harden again. But I think if anybody has more to prove this year, it's going to be that boy in San Antonio, because everyone's completely counted them out. It's as a matter of fact, they have the OKC and they have the Houston Rockets as a better team than them right now. So these guys won close to 60 games, if not 60 games last season. I think Kawhi Leonard's gonna have a lot to say about that. That's my vote. Is for Kawhi Leonard to win it this year. But like you said, you can't sleep on those boys in the Warriors. Yeah. Not when KD joins the team.
But the West is going to be really interesting. OKC is loaded up with vets right now. That's crazy. And Chris Paul in Houston, I think is going to work out as well as everybody thinks it is.
I'm with you.
Two guys that need the ball on the floor at the same time to me. I can see it causing some friction, not friction in the locker room, but I mean like friction on the floor. I just don't see it meshing well together. I see how these two guys play, and they're terrific ball players, but I think we got more or less the same game. So it's going to be, let's again swap them out, one team to the next. It's
Well, one thing we are going to find out is if Houston really is. Yes, we're going to find out tonight because they're one of the teams with the season opener. They got the Warriors, so are they really them boys? That's what we're going to find out. But to kind of go back to what you were saying before about with OKC, them not being able to mesh well. Me personally, I thought PG. This is just a pit stop for him. I think his ultimate goal is to go play for the Lakers. I think that's what he's always wanted to do. I think he's going to do that as soon as the season's over. He's kind of, he's playing with words right now whenever they ask him about the re-sign, what he wants to do. He just says, I'm happy to be here. And he just leaves it like that. He keeps it real short and simple. I think his goal is to go to the Lakers. And he's going to give it a shot this year, because he's there. He's on the team. And he's got stars around him. Like you said, man, I think people are going to be surprised when they find out. It's just all offensively heavy, dominant players. 3 of them the ball, and they all like to take a lot of shots. And last year, Russell Westbrook shattered the record. Not even close. He shattered Kobe Bryant's record for holding the ball the most. Kobe Bryant had the record. He shattered it. So we're talking about a point guard who needs the ball more than anybody ever. You see what I'm saying? So, and then you're talking, you have 2 guys who need the ball as well. I don't think it's going to work as well as they think it is. Unless, just flip the script and they go, you know what? We're gonna take a book out of the Warriors page. We're going to take a page out of the Warriors book, and we're going to copy them. And we're going to at least keep 1 or 2 of us in the game while the other one's on the bench. And we're just going to cycle it like that throughout the game. That could work. But all 3 of them together, I don't know, man. We'll see.
But I was talking about Chris Paul and James Harden in Houston. That's one of the situations where I know Chris Paul is like a pass third point guard.
Right.
He's crazy with the assists. But I'd be really interested to see how he plays with Chris Paul. I mean, those are 2 ball players, but I don't know. On paper, to me, it doesn't. Actually, on paper, it looks better than than what I'm thinking in my head as a fleshed out basketball player.
Right.
Because you got just two outstanding dudes on the team, and you always want that situation. The way they don't play, I'm interested to see how it plays out on the court. So I know we got a whole lot of in the league over the summer, so it's pretty tough to say how any of these teams are going to play like that. I mean,
it really is.
A lot of teams are rebuilding. I mean, Houston has a pretty balanced.
I do, because Harden has the ability to play multiple positions. James Harden can even move to the 3. And I think that helps a lot with what the Warriors are trying to do. I think last year we saw that Harden is one of those guys where you can say, hey, you can play 1 through 3, and he can do that. He can do that position and probably be one of the top 3 players at that position. You see what I'm saying? He can move to the 2 and be one of the top. He could probably, if he moves to the 2, he has an argument to be the best shooting 2 player in the NBA. If he moves to the 1, he has an argument to be the best point guard in the NBA. And I think if he moves to the 3 is there's some Goliaths at the 3 position. But James Harden is just one of those guys, man. He's just, plug him anywhere 1 through 3 and he can make it happen. And that helps a lot. I think that's going to help. I think that's going to help Houston a lot because Chris Paul is going to make sure he gets that thing. And when he gets it, he's going to get out of the way and he's going to let James Harden do what he do. And it could be a magical year for Houston. I really can see that. But the only thing that made me kind of, freeze a little bit was when Melo went to OKC, because then that just made the West really just not the Melo trade, but also the Jimmy Butler trade. It just threw everything out of whack, yo. I don't know. What do you think?
Let me link back up with Coach Tim.
Man.
They're over in Minnesota doing a thing.
Right.
I guess it was rebuilding. They got a whole bunch of young guys over there. I don't know if the talent stacks up to Philadelphia as far as young talent, but Jimmy Butler is, man, they got to steal with Jimmy, man. I'm a big Bulls guy.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this go from just like a role player to an all-star, and it's been a fun ride with him. So I'm really happy for Jimmy. I just feel like, man, the Bulls should have way more of them. Minnesota just, I feel like this guy gifted, like a game changer. Jimmy could just go off and carry a team.
Mm-hmm.
A good closer knows how to, he knows how to win. Jimmy just knows how to win.
And for those out in viewerland, he's a Bulls fan, so you gotta kind of work with him here. He's looking at it from the standpoint like we just lost arguably one of the best three guys in the NBA, pretty much for not anything. But I'd say you guys are young. Your Bulls are young. They look hungry. They look like they might want to bring some noise this season. So, and they're in the East, which always, you always got a shot in the East, especially with the drop off after the top 4 or 5 teams. It's like, take your pick who you want. Just throw anybody in there. But yeah, I'm happy for Jimmy. It's, I see a lot of good things happening for the Timberwolves this year. And me personally, obviously the given, I'm excited about Jimmy, Wiggins, and Cat. But really, I want to see what Jeff Teague and that old man who never seems to age, Mr. Crawford, I want to see what they do. Because, that right there to me is what sold me when those two guys went to join the Timberwolves. I was like, oh, hold up. This is – hold up. Don't be upset if they come out to be number 2 or 3 in the West. I'm just saying, don't be mad if they hit that. I don't think they'll get the 2 spot in the West, but don't be upset they get the 3 spot.
I won't call them a sleeping giant, but they've been shipping away and building something over there. And I know it's not a big market team, but their fans are really loyal over there.
Mm-hmm.
They deserve to have a good team. Tibbs is old school, man.
He is.
It's like an old school type of team, man. It's defense first, and then you make stops, and then you go run your offense. When you make stops, go run your offense.
Right.
And that's kind of what they got going on up there. I'm expecting, them to upset a couple teams. They're going to give some really good teams a hard time. Don't sleep on the Timberwolves. They got really good coaching staff and some really good veteran players and good young players. So they got all the pieces for a good team to sneak up on you.
And we're both NBA fans first. We're just fans of basketball, period. Me and you. And we have our teams that we go for. And stranger to this, but for those out there viewing, I'm a Heat fan. And we're in the East. So we got a shot. And I'm kind of excited about our season. Honestly. I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of excited. I like that we got Justice back. And I like the kid Johnson, James Johnson. He's nice. Old man, restructured his game. I think he played overseas, if I'm not mistaken. Came back to the NBA, and he looks ready. He looks good. He looks real good. So I'm excited about what we can do, yo. I'm just excited about what we can do in the East. It's like we keep. I'm just excited about this season, man. I don't know what it is. I'm just excited about this season. I'm ready.
The East right now is just like a good experimental pool. Like people,
It is.
Gives you the opportunity to mess around with a couple things.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you the affordability to have a rebuilding season.
Right.
The West, you gotta come correct in the West.
Yeah, you do. You do.
But yeah, man, I'm looking to see, some of these breakout producers in the East. Who's going to be next man up. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of talent there. Just it's kind of low profile right now. You know what I mean?
It is. It is. I'm sitting here thinking right now, like, oh my God, all these teams in the West that are loaded. You got the Pelicans, who might arguably have the best front court in the NBA. Then you have what do you call it? The Kings, who just got Zach Randolph and George Hill. And then you got the Denver Nuggets, who got this guy named Jokic, who is just an animal down there. I mean, and then you can never rule out Dame Dollars and him in Portland. The only team that honestly, and for those who are Suns fans, I apologize. But that's really the only team in the West I just see having no shot. Like it's a wrap for them. It's a wrap. But anybody can get that 8 spot in the West.
Yeah.
Now, 1 through 7 is a lock. Hang it up. 1 through 7, you already know it. Choose whatever order you want. But 1 through 7, it's a lock. But after that, you never know. It's going to be a fight for that 8 spot this year in the West. It is. It is. It's going to be crazy. You have to have a 50 win. You have to have a 50+ win season to make the playoffs this year in the West.
Hey man, I know we laugh at the Suns, but the Suns got their 50 wins a couple seasons ago, and if you would have had a top 16, playoff seeding situation, the Suns would have been in there over a couple Eastern teams. So the Suns know what they're doing. They just got the unfortunate situation that they're in the Western Conference right now, and it's just a little bit too stacked for a team like that to really make some moves in the postseason. I'm the Suns, man. I'm excited just to get in.
I'm excited just to get in as well. See them having not even the closest shot. The 8th seed last year into the seasons being better than Denver Nuggets, especially Denver Nuggets got also the one guy from Atlanta. I forget his name. The big man. He went to go join forces with the guy Jokic. I forget his name. It'll come to me later. But I just don't see the Suns being better than Denver. You got Denver waiting around. You got the Kings waiting around. They got the one nice kid in the draft, De'Aaron Fox. He looks real good. Who else is in the West? I'm trying to think of. I'm gonna go ahead and put on record right now. My 8th seed, and I'm gonna ask you too. But my 8th seed to make it this year, the wild card is gonna be the Lakers. I'm picking the Lakers to make it. That's who I'm pulling for. So I picked them. I actually picking them to get that 8th spot. So I don't see the Suns being better than the Lakers. Who else is in the West that didn't make the playoffs last year? Who's going to be pretty decent? I don't know. I can't think of anyone else. But Timberwolves. They didn't make the playoffs. It's a wrap. The Suns aren't going to be better than the Timberwolves this year. It's just not gonna. It's gonna be a long, rough season for those Suns fans, unless they make some crazy trades. I know the one guard is real close friends with LeBron. Maybe he can talk LeBron into coming to Phoenix. Bledsoe, that's his name, Eric Bledsoe. Bledsoe. But
Utah had something with him with Eric Gordon over there.
that's right. Utah's in the West.
I'm sure. I think that's done and over with now that Eric Gordon is over there at was he in Boston right now?
He's in Boston right now. So that's a heavy hit they took right there. But I will say this. Gobert looks like a man amongst kids out there. It doesn't even look fair.
Rudy is a role player. I don't think he's like a Giannis kind of type of player.
No.
He'll get you a couple points and just get them blocks and rebounds. So he'll put in some quality minutes for you, get you what he needs to do. And, a couple buckets along the way, which is really all you want from him. You really can't be out of him, you need buckets. But he's all right.
Yeah, Rudy's all right. But I think Utah's still going to be good enough to beat the Suns out as far as record-wise this year.
Yeah. Phoenix was good a couple years ago, but, they shuffle a couple of things around to try to make moves in the future. I just don't see them really getting a strong foothold on a good player that they can build around.
Well, they're the only team in the West that hasn't made any changes.
Yeah.
Like everyone else re-upped.
They've started to draft Tom Brady type of unit that you pick up from a nobody school or just like a small school, and
right.
And he just ends up being an incredible player that everybody slept on and just got lucky on. I see that being Phoenix's shot.
That's gonna be their only shot. You're right. I do like the kid. Oh man, what's his name? He's a star. I know his name. I just can't. It can't. He dropped 70 points in a game last season. Come on, Booker. Last name's Booker. I don't know his first name. He's nice. Who? Cory Booker. Is that his name? Oh. Whatever. Y'all know his first name. We talking about Booker. Yo, Booker is that kid is nice. What is it? Devin Booker. That's it. Devin Booker. Yo, that kid right there is nice. He's gonna have something to say this year, but it's a one-man army right now with him. That's it. After him, it really falls off. They just didn't make enough moves. They didn't make any power moves. This no power draft picks, at least not to my eye. I know Josh Jackson is nice, the kid out of Kansas, but I haven't seen much. And I like Josh Jackson, but I haven't seen anything like, whoa, like, all right, they're ready. I haven't seen that. Maybe he could prove me wrong. Maybe he might have that kind of year. But, I'm watching Lonzo, and we ain't even mentioned Dallas, the Mavericks yet. I'm watching Lonzo, and I'm watching that kid that's playing for Dallas. What's his last name? I think it's Smith the third. The kid is for real. You know what I'm talking about, Lou?
No.
Yo, please check him out. What is it? Dennis Smith Jr. is for real. I started watching him back in high school. I think he got hurt in college. He was at NC State. One and done. Did 1 year and was out. So you haven't seen anything. You haven't heard or seen anything on Dennis Smith yet, have you? Oh man, you're in for a treat. You're gonna be in for a treat this year. Ooh, you're gonna see a lot of top 10 plays with him. This kid is for real. He's got a nice game, but he's super athletic. And I was reading something last week, and they were saying the only reason why he dropped so far back in the draft is because of Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose has made GMs hesitant to draft super athletic point guards. So that's why he fell so far back in the draft. Personally, he could have been a #1 overall pick. I like him more than Markelle Fultz. I'm on record right now, though. Y'all are watching me. I'm on record. I like Dennis Smith. I've been watching this kid since high school. He is for real. And that's not me taking any shots at Markelle Fultz. Because I like Markelle Fultz. But this kid, Dennis Smith, is a whole nother level. My favorite player right now in that draft class is Lonzo. Don't get me wrong. But that's just because Lonzo had to go #2. You get what I'm saying? That's why I say Dennis could have went #1. Because I like him more than Markelle Fultz personally. But, you know, yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be crazy this year in the West. It's going to be it's going to be, you know, free fall.
I'm telling you, I'm excited. It's going to be tough for me to say I'm not going to miss the game, but that's how I'm feeling right now. I want to see how everybody wins.
I do, man. I really do.
I want to see how everybody starters look like.
Isn't this, you know, last year, it's a little different. Last year, I had like 6 or 7 teams that I was like, all right, I'm not missing any of their games. And I didn't. There was like 7 teams I didn't miss not one of their game last year. Even if it was just a highlight, I had to see something on it. I couldn't go without. I couldn't wake up the next day and not see how the game went. No, see no highlights or nothing. This year, it's a little different. I really want to see everybody play this year.
Yeah. I will tell you why. Because last year it just seemed like we could expect, the same kind of playoff picture. I was kind of expecting just like a carbon copy of, the 2016 playoffs.
Right.
So there's just been so many moves this year that I need to see how the dynamic of all these teams and how everybody plays. I'm excited to see again how everybody plays, and see how it all unfolds, throughout the season. Everybody plays 82 games, so I'm excited.
Yeah, this is gonna be major. This is gonna be major. So we're at 7:18 right now. I think it's be a good time, just appreciate everybody who gets a chance to watch this video. We'll have Lou on here soon. Just some technical difficulties right now, but man. What's that?
We have to get up in the studio.
That's right. We have to get up in the studio. We're doing this for y'all out there, so we're ready. So, yeah, Lou, appreciate you, man. We're gonna talk soon. I'm gonna hit you up this week. We'll get together for a game or something. We'll definitely do that.
Most definitely.
Yo, my mans. It's always good to holler at you.
Appreciate your time, man. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, as always. All right, Lou. Peace. All right, y'all. So there it is. I hope you guys enjoy the season as much as we're getting ready to. And thank you again for those who do take a chance to take a look at this video. And feel free to share it around. I want to get conversation going. And hopefully we can get people in here who can also join us in these conversations, because that's really what I want this platform to be about, is something we can all, talk about. We want to have fun with this. So with that being said, peace. We'll catch y'all next time.